Hello students, good morning to one and all. Welcome back to the BRM class. We are in the first unit. Till now we came to know how to calculate arithmetic mean, individual series, discrete series and as well as a continuous series. After that we came to know how to calculate median in the individual series, discrete series and as well as the continuous series. And today we go for one more very important average types. What is that? Average types, because there are so many types of averages. Strictly speaking, positional average. What is its name? Mode. Understand? So mode is such a useful average actually which is useful whenever the data is of categorical type. In the upcoming classes, you are going to understand about the data types based upon its nature. Remember that in this real world, everything cannot be measured. It's impossible. Sometimes, if you want to get any information, you need to compare with other things. Comparative type of data sets generally called as categorical data. Like what you called the jersey numbers are there. Jersey means the t-shirt generally wear by sports persons. So nothing cannot do. You can count the jersey, that's all. How many jerseys are there, how many t-shirts are there. More than that we cannot do anything. Like a horse race would be there, number of horses. Understand? Like in few situations, counting is possible. That is the only basic starting thing. At that time, the mode is going to be more useful average to extract information. Even the mode is useful when the data is open in time. Okay. Now again, mode is going to be calculated for three types of series. As usual, the first one is individual series, the second one is discrete series and as well as the final one, the continuous series. So how to calculate the mode under individual series? The mode under individual series is calculated by means of inspection method. So what is the method name? Inspection method. Inspection method. So what do you mean by inspection method? You inspect the given individual series. Based upon that you are getting the mode value. What for inspection will be done? That means in the given series of values, if any value repeated more number of times, that value is known as the mode. So that is the technique to identify the mode under individual series. Okay. Let us suppose that for example, few values I am writing like this. So to find the mode, find mode. So let us suppose that these are all few kinds of numbers. So to find the mode, what you will do, write all these numbers in order. Okay. Now first the least one is what? Ascending order I am writing 1. Okay. The next list is 2. Okay. Next list is 3. Okay. The next list is 5. Okay. The next list is 7. The next list is 8, 8, 8. 3 times repeated. Okay. The next list is 9. The next list is 10. So what I did here, simply I expressed the given problem in ascending order. Understand? Now recheck whether the written values are correct or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10, 10 values matching. But in all these series of values, if you observe, so what is the value which repeated more number of times? 8. So what is that value repeated more number of times? 8. Hence, therefore, mode is nothing but 8. Mode is nothing but 8. So this is the calculation of mode in one example of individual series. Same way, let us suppose that one more example I am taking. Okay. Now here I am expressing a few values like this. Find mode. This is one more set of values, individual series. So for this, how to get the mode? Again, so what I am writing, I am putting the series in the ascending order. So what is the least value? 10. Okay. Next least value is 11. Okay. Next least value is 12. Like that 13. Okay. Like that 15. Like that the final value is 17. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now here what is the mode? Is there any value repeated more number of times? No. That means for this series there is no mode. There is no mode. Strictly speaking, here the mode is ambiguous. Because this is the state actually we are unable to find the mode. Ambiguous state. Okay. Or else simply what you can put, the mode is not available. Because all values are single time only written. So what you learn? To find the mode in the individual series. Okay. Now you go for identifying the mode in the case of what you call the discrete series. Very, very important. Okay. How to calculate the mode under discrete series. You know very well under discrete series what would be there? Variable will be there and corresponding frequency values would be there. So in that case the mode will be calculated by using different methods again, but the best method is grouping method. What to call this one as grouping method. So what do you do under grouping method? Under grouping method you are going to create two variety types of calculation tables. The first one is called grouping table. Grouping table. The second one is called as analysis table. Analysis table. Okay. Now what is a grouping table? So under grouping table you are going to calculate the frequency totals by first clubbing 2 values and as well as the 3 values. So in the grouping table you are going to get exactly 6 columns. This is very, very important. So how many columns you are going to get? 6 columns. The table is going to start like this, that is Fi, Xi. So what are Xi values? The Xi values are nothing but the variable values like 10, 15 like that. Now Fi values are going to be the frequency values. So you are going to calculate the frequency values. First Fi values you will write here. Okay. Now next, after that the column numbering will start. The Fi value itself we are calling as the first column. The next column is going to be the total of what you called two values, like the third column by leaving one element two values. Next, fourth column like fifth column, and finally sixth column. So like that you are going to take the totals of different columns of frequencies. So after finding the 6 columns information, from each column you are going to locate the highest frequency by rounding off. So from this information you are going to create one more table, what you call the table as a analysis table. Okay, very important method. So discrete series mode, how you are going to calculate? By using grouping method. So under grouping method what you will do, you are going to create two tables. One is grouping table and one more is analysis table. So under grouping table the given information you are writing as it is, and you are going to take the totals. In the analysis table you are going to portray that information with the highest frequency values. Finally, which is going to give you the mode value, wanted mode value. Very important method. Now we are going to do a problem, okay, under discrete series. So how many tables we are going to create? Two tables. One is grouping table, one more is analysis table. Now we do a problem. Now we are going to calculate mode under discrete model. So by what method? Grouping method. So this is a discrete model, discrete type. So how we are going to get this one? By using grouping method. The method what we are using? Grouping method. Okay. For that what is required? We create a grouping table. So how to get the grouping table? First you write down the given information as it is, xi. Next fi. Okay. This is itself we are assuming as column 1. The next column 2, total, that's it. Next column 3. Column 4, exactly 6 columns. Column 5. And finally column 6. Okay. Now you need to write neatly, legibly by maintaining distance amongst the values. Okay. Or else grouping is going to be difficult. Now we write down the given values as it is. So what are the given values of variable 10? Okay. Now giving considerable gap 20, the next 30, okay, next 40, okay, next 50, next 60, and finally 70. So what you call this table as? Grouping table. I am extending the table. If you want, you can use pencil, rubber, and see that neatly the table should be created. Okay, confusion should not be arised. Okay, now here we write down the given frequencies as it is correspondingly in the sense, for 10 what is the frequency? 7. Now next 12, next 17, okay, next 29, next 31, next 5, next 3. So what is the method I am using? Grouping method. Okay, this table, what to call this table as? Grouping table. I am putting the heading of this table, grouping table. Okay, so what is the method? This one, grouping method. Now what is required? You need to take the totals from second column onwards. The first column will be as it is, frequency total will be as it is. From the second column onwards, you take the total of how many values? Two values. Okay, so total of these two. So what is the total of these two? 7 plus 12, 19. Again, total of these two. So 17 plus 29. How much you will get? 46. Again, total of these two. Only 2. 31 plus 5, 36. Okay. Now what we did here, 2 totals we calculated. For 3, there is no pairing value, hence we leave the 3 as it is. So we don't get the total. Now we are going for column 3. You have to remember this. In column 3, we take the 2 values totals, but leaving the first value. That means these two I am combining, 12 and 17. So quite opposite to I am writing this line. So 12 plus 17, how much you will get? 29. Again these two total. So 60. 29 plus 31. So quite opposite to that I am putting this bar. 29 plus 31, 60. Okay. Now again here you get, because for 5 pairing is there. So 5 plus 3, how much you will get? 8. This is very, very important information you need to remember. So first column, this is column 1. We left that one as it is. In the column 2, what we did, we take the totals of 2 values. In column 3, again 2 values only. But what we did, we left the first value and remaining 2 values we calculated. Now we are entering into the 4th column. Okay. So under 4th column, what you need to do? You need to take the total of 3 values. So what are the 3 values here? 7 plus 12 plus 17. I am putting the bar. Okay. So 19. So how much will get? 14, 16, 4th. So how much you will get here? 36. Now next 3 values. These 3. 29, 31, 5. So 10, 14. What is that? 10, 5, 15. Next, how much you will get? 65. Okay, careful. Now again, for the next value, there are no clubbing of 3, 3 value. Hence, we leave that one as it is. Now we go for next, fifth column. So under fifth column, what we will do now? Again, 3, 3 totals we take, but we leave now the first value. The 7 we are leaving. The remaining 12, 17, 29 values we are going to calculate. So quite opposite, I am creating that bar. So how much you will get here? 8, 5, 58. Now again these 3. Nine, 39. Okay. Now next, last column. Under last column also, what we are doing? We are taking the totals of 3, 3 only, but we leave first 2 values. Don't confuse. So in the fifth column, how do we calculate? We calculate by leaving the first value, all remaining values. In the sixth column, what we are doing? We are leaving 7 and 12, first 2 elements. Remaining 3, 3 values we are going to calculate. That is 17, 19, 21. 17, 19, 31. So you will get 7, 3, 3, 6, 7. So you will get 77. The final value what you are going to get? 77. That's all. This is called grouping table. Remember that in the grouping table we take only 2, 2 values, 3, 3 values totals only. In the second column we take 2, 2 values totals. In the third column, by leaving first value, we take the 2, 2 totals of the remaining values. In the fourth column, we take the 3, 3 value totals. In the fifth column, by leaving first element, we take the remaining 3, 3 values total. In the sixth column, what we are doing? We are leaving the first and second column, first and second elements, frequency values. Be careful, not XI values. But we are leaving first frequency and second frequency values, remaining 3, 3 frequency totals we are calculating. That's all. Grouping table is over. Now, in this grouping table, all frequency totals we got. Column wise we round off the highest frequency. The first column, that is F5, what is the highest frequency? 31. So I am rounding up this 31. Now here the highest value is 46. I am rounding off this. So we prepared the grouping table. In each column, now what we do? We round off the highest value. The first column, the highest value is 31. We rounded off. In the second column, the highest value is 46. You rounded off. Like third column, 60. Fourth column, 65. Like fifth column, 58. And finally, 77. So by this what happens? The grouping table is over. So what we are doing? We are calculating mode under discrete series by grouping method. So under grouping method, 2 tables you need to calculate. One is called grouping table and one more is called analysis table. The next table what you are going to calculate is analysis table. For the analysis table, the first column is column number. That information will be in the vertical direction, top to bottom. the variable information will be in the horizontal direction from left to right. Okay. Now, how you are going to fill up the analysis table? The analysis table you are going to fill up by understanding or else by carefully studying the group table itself. Okay. How to do that? So all of you carefully observe. Now, in the grouping table, what is the highest frequency? 31. That 31 represents which variable value? 50. Now come back to here. So wherever 50 is there, quite opposite to that column, what I am putting a single tick. So everything is based upon counting of the ticks here. Okay. So first column highest frequency 31, which represents variable value 50. Hence what I put here, under 50 tick mark, single tick. Now come to the second column. Under second column, the highest frequency is 46. 46 represents which frequency? 1729. The 1729 again represents what? Which variable? 30, 40. So wherever 30 is there, there I put one tick mark. Wherever 40 is there also I am going to put tick mark. In which column? Under second column. So column information we provided horizontally, don't confuse here. Okay. So under second, okay, wherever 30 is there I am putting tick mark. Wherever 40 is there, 40, I am putting one tick mark. Okay. Now you go for the third column. Under third column, how you are getting the total? By, calculating total of 2931. 2931. This 2931 represents 4050. So in the third column, wherever 4050 is there, correspondingly I put a tick mark. Under third column, 4050. Okay. Now come to the fourth column. The fourth column highest total is 65. Correspondingly represents what total? 29, 31, 5. Okay. Those corresponding variable names are 40, 50, 60. So under fourth column, wherever 40 is there one tick mark. Under 50 tick mark. Under 60 one more tick mark. Okay. Now the fifth column. Fifth column means what? By leaving the first element remaining three totals. So which corresponds 12, 17, 19. That means 20, 30, 40. The fifth column, wherever the 20 is a 20. Okay. Fifth column 20. Now next 30, 40. Okay. Now next we go for the last column, sixth column. In sixth column, how you are getting this total? By leaving first and second values. That means the 77 is the total of 17, 29, 31. Okay, which corresponds 30, 40, 50. So sixth column, what is that? 30, 40, 30, 40, 50. Okay. That's all. So from the grouping table, what we did now? So we calculated, the information whatever is available by means of tick marks. Now we are going to count these tick marks. Okay. So for 20, how many tick marks are there? So I am counting the tick mark 1. So for 30, how many tick marks? 1, 2, 3. 3 tick marks. Like for 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 tick marks. Now for 50, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tick marks. And for 60, how many tick marks? Only one. Okay. Now, so for 70, there is no tick mark. You can put 0 if you want. Here also for 10, if you want, you can put 0 because no tick marks. So in all these tick marks, which is the highest? Which is the highest? 5. Hence, the 5 corresponding value is your answer. The highest tick mark, I am again rounding off. Okay. So which represents what frequency? 40. So what is that frequency? 40. Hence, what is the final answer? Therefore, mode. So is equal to, what is that? 5. So mode is nothing but 5. I'm sorry. So what is mode here? Mode is nothing but, careful, 40. So mode is 40. So not the total, but corresponding variable value. Be careful. Okay. So this is the calculation of mode under discrete series by grouping method. So how many stages are there? 2 stages are there. One is grouping table and one more is analysis table. So how many columns you get? Exactly 6 columns. Very, very important model. You have to practice, otherwise it's very difficult to remember this method. Okay. Now we go for calculation of mode by using formula under continuous series type of data. Okay. Now we discuss how to calculate mode under continuous series. It's very, very simple. Only thing is you need to by heart this formula. So mode under continuous series is nothing but L1 plus delta 1 by delta 1 plus delta 2 into I. So how do you get the delta 1? Delta 1 is nothing but difference of frequencies, that is F1 minus F0. Same way, what do you need delta 2? F1 minus F2. Remember, both F0, F2 are subtracted from F1 only. This is the logic you need to remember. Now what is F1? Frequency of the model class. Then what is the model class? In the given problem, whichever is what you called having the highest frequency, that becomes your model class. Okay. Now in this problem, 4, 13, 21, 44, 33, 2, 7, if you see, the model class is nothing but the 44. 30, 40 is going to the class interval. Then what is L1 lower limit of the model class? I is going to the class interval. So this formula you need to by heart. So mode L1 plus delta 1 by delta 1 plus delta 2. See that the denominator should not be calculated as 0. Okay. Now we apply this formula for the what to call a continuous model example. This is the continuous data. So here, because of the space, I continued the problem here. Kindly adjust. So 40, 50, after that 50, 60, 60 to 70. So these are all the values. Okay. Now after that immediately I write the formula and I am in the calculation table. Okay, this is the calculation table. So what to do in the calculation table? In the wanted form we actually recreated the table. I mean to say in the vertical way. So therefore, now in this entire frequency table, so what is the highest value? 44. The 44 becomes now, what is that? F1. the F1 frequency's preceding frequency becomes F0. So this becomes your F0. F1 frequency succeeding value becomes F2. F1 frequency, this class interval lower limit becomes L1, capital L1. Okay. So what is the gap? 10. So I is going to be the 10. Now directly substitute in the formula. So what is the formula? Therefore mode that is equal to L1 plus delta 1 by, okay, delta 1 plus delta 2 into I. So this is the formula. Okay. Now what is delta 1? So F1 minus F0. So that is equal to, what is F1? 44 minus F0. So 21. So how much you will get? 3, 2, 23. Same way delta 2. So delta 2 is equal to F1 minus F2. So what is F1? 44 minus F2? 33. So how much you will get? 11. Okay. Now what is I? Class interval length, nothing but 10. And what is L1? Lower limit, that is nothing but 30. Now you got all the values, substitute in the formula. Okay. Therefore mode, so what you get now? L1 that is 30 plus delta 1 how much? 23 by, okay, 23 plus 11 into 10. So how much you will get? 30 plus 23 by, so 34. So 34 into 10. So how much you will get? You simplify it. So 6.76470. Then what is the mode is going to be? 36.76470. Okay. So this is called calculation of mode under continuous series. Very, very easy method. So you need to by heart this formula. L1 plus delta 1 by delta 1 plus delta 2 into class interval Ci. This is the model problem. Okay. So here finishes your entire first unit. Now I stop here. Thank you so much.